There's a quiet kind of guilt a lot of dog owners carry around, and most of them never say it out loud. You feed them, you walk them, you buy the good food, the better leash, the toy they'll probably destroy in 20 minutes. You try. You really do. And still, somewhere in the back of your mind, there's that small, uncomfortable question. Does my dog actually feel how much I love them? Or have I just been hoping they do? That question matters more than most people think. To a dog, love is not some abstract idea floating in the background. It is not something they admire from a distance. They feel it through patterns, through tone, through timing, through the way your body changes when they look up at you, through what happens in the first few seconds after you walk through the door, through moments that seem ordinary to you, but never feel ordinary to them. That is the part most people miss. The bond between you and your dog is usually not built in the big dramatic moments. It is built in the tiny ones that repeat, the ones that happen every single day, the ones you almost stop noticing. And once you start seeing those moments from your dog's side, it changes the relationship in a way that's hard to undo. Here are 7 daily things that make your dog feel truly loved. 1. When they look at you, and you really look back. A lot of people assume eye contact with a dog is just attention, a quick check-in, a way of reading what comes next. But very often, it is something softer than that, more personal. Your dog is not always looking at you for information. Sometimes they are looking at you for connection. When your dog looks at you with calm, relaxed eyes, especially in a quiet moment, they are not always asking, "What are we doing now?" Sometimes they are asking something much deeper than that. Something closer to, "Are we still here together? Are we still okay?" And when you look away too fast, nothing dramatic happens. There is no obvious damage. But when you hold that gaze gently for just a few seconds, something settles. Research suggests that mutual gaze between dogs and humans can increase bonding-related chemistry in both. Put simply, your dog is not just seeing your face. They are feeling safety through it. That may be why a soft look can calm a dog faster than a command ever could. It may be why some dogs stare at their owners from the other side of the room for what seems like no reason at all. They are not being weird. They are reading the emotional temperature. For a dog, love often starts with recognition. Not being directed, not being handled, not being entertained. Being felt. So the next time your dog looks at you and you cannot quite explain why, don't rush past it. Pause for a second. Look back. Let the moment finish instead of cutting it short. 2. The way you say their name matters more than people think. Most owners say their dog's name dozens of times a day and barely think about it. But dogs are not only responding to the word itself. Very often, they are responding to the feeling wrapped around it. A dog can hear the difference between a distracted buddy and a warm, fully present buddy long before they understand what you're asking for. To them, tone is not some extra layer added on top of meaning. Tone is meaning, and that changes everything. When your dog hears their name spoken with warmth, your voice does more than get their attention. It becomes a place that feels safe, a place that feels familiar, a place where good things usually happen. Studies on dog-directed speech suggest that dogs respond differently when a warm tone is paired with words that actually matter to them. So no, it is not just baby talk. It is emotional information. Now think about how often dogs hear their name right before tension. Max, no. Luna, stop. Charlie, leave it. It happens so easily that most people never notice it. But over time, some owners accidentally teach their dog that hearing their own name means pressure is coming. That is a sad thing when you think about it. Your dog's name should not mostly predict correction. It should mostly predict connection. Say their name when nothing is wrong. Say it before affection. Say it when they walk into the room and you're genuinely happy to see them. Let it mean, "I see you. I like you. Being near you is a good thing." A dog may not remember every word you say, but they remember, in their body, what your voice feels like. 3. Your reunion is bigger to them than your absence. One of the most misunderstood moments in a dog's day is the moment you come home. People focus on the visible part. The spinning, the whining, the hopping around, the over-the-top excitement. And the instinct, for a lot of people, is to shut that down quickly. Stay neutral. Don't encourage it. Don't make a big deal out of it. But what if that moment is not just excitement? What if, for your dog, it feels more like relief? For many dogs, reunion is not simply fun. It is resolution. The waiting is over. The uncertainty is over. Their person is back, and the world clicks back into place. That is why a cold return can feel so strange to them. You were gone, and now you're home, but somehow you are still not quite there. Your shoes are still on. Your bag is still hanging from your shoulder. Your attention is buried in your phone. Your body made it into the room, but your presence hasn't caught up yet. Dogs notice that, more than we give them credit for. Research on reunion behavior suggests that warm greetings and affectionate contact can support bonding in ways detached returns do not. Not because you are rewarding chaos, but because you are helping close a bond your dog has been emotionally holding open while you were away. So when you come home, give them something real. Use their name. Bend down. Touch them. Let your face say what your dog has been hoping it says. I'm back, and I'm happy it's you. To your dog, those first few seconds after you return are not small. They may be the emotional headline of the entire day. 4. Let them stop and sniff, even when it slows everything down. Humans tend to think walks are about movement. Dogs often think walks are about meaning. When your dog stops to sniff the same patch of grass, the same mailbox, the same tree trunk, the same tire, it can look pointless from the outside. Slow, repetitive, even annoying when you are trying to keep moving. But to your dog, that spot is not empty. It is loaded with information. It is social news. It is who passed by, what changed, what feels familiar, what feels new, what may matter. You call it stopping. Your dog experiences it as reading. And that changes the whole picture. Sometimes the most loving part of a walk is not leading your dog well. Sometimes it is letting them linger, letting them investigate, letting them have a few moments in a world that actually makes sense to them. There is evidence that scent-based activities can improve a dog's emotional state and even increase optimism in measurable ways. That makes perfect sense when you remember what dogs are. We ask them to live inside our visual, scheduled, fast-moving world. Sniffing is one of the few daily experiences that allows them to fully inhabit their own. So yes, structured walking matters. Of course it does. But not every walk should feel like a task to complete. Sometimes love looks like standing beside a bush for 30 extra seconds while your dog reads a message you will never smell, never decode, and never understand. When you honor what matters to their mind, your dog feels respected, not just controlled. And respect, in a relationship like this, is one of the deepest forms love can take. 5. Touch them the way they enjoy it, not just the way you want to give it. A lot of affection is sincere, but not fully received. You hug your dog because you feel full of love. You pat them quickly on the head because you mean well. You reach over their face because it is convenient and familiar. And your dog tolerates it, partly because they trust you, partly because they love you. But tolerance and comfort are not the same thing. That is where so many people get fooled. A dog who freezes a little, turns their head away, licks their lips, or leans back just slightly may not be rejecting you. They may not be saying no to love at all. They may only be saying, I want your love, just not like this. Many dogs prefer slower, gentler touch along the chest, shoulder, or side of the body, instead of being grabbed around the neck, patted on top of the head, or pulled into a tight embrace. They often make this very clear. The problem is, they do it quietly, and humans are very good at mistaking quiet signals for consent. That is the painful part. Dogs do speak. We just miss them. Real love is not only about expressing what you feel. It is also about translating it into a form the other being can actually receive. So start noticing what happens after your hand touches your dog. Do they soften? Do they lean in? Do they let out a breath? Do they stay close? Or do they hold still and politely wait for it to be over? One of the most beautiful things you can tell a dog through touch is not, "Let me hold you." It is, "I know how to make you feel safe with me." That kind of affection does more than soothe the body. It builds trust in places words never reach. 6. Notice their quiet good choices before they become problems. A lot of dogs go through life being most visible when they are wrong. We notice barking. We notice jumping. We notice leash pulling, chewing, stealing, grabbing, lunging, making life inconvenient. We respond when something becomes a problem. And from the dog's side, that can create a strange and painful pattern. The biggest attention shows up when things are already going badly. Meanwhile, some of the best parts of who they are pass by almost unnoticed. The moment they choose to settle down near you on their own. The moment they look at you instead of charging ahead. The moment they pause. The moment they wait. The moment they check in during a walk. The moment they fight an impulse and make a better choice without anyone asking them to. Those moments are not nothing. They are relationship gold. Reward-based learning does more than shape behavior. It tells the dog something emotionally important. I saw that. I saw you try. I saw your effort. I saw your self-control. And for a social animal, being noticed in the right moment can be deeply regulating. A quiet, good. A small treat. A soft touch. A tiny acknowledgement at exactly the right time can make invisible goodness feel real. That changes the relationship in a way correction alone never can. You stop being the person who mainly appears to interrupt mistakes. You become the person who notices goodness while it is still quiet. And maybe that is one of the purest forms of love there is. Refusing to wait until your dog gets something wrong before you truly engage with them. 7. Sit beside them with no task, no phone, and nowhere else to be. This last one almost looks like nothing. No commands, no toys, no training session, no photos, no multitasking. Just you, sitting near them, with no other agenda. And yet for many dogs, this may be one of the clearest experiences of love they ever get. Dogs are reading more than our actions all the time. They read tension, pace, breathing, focus. They know when your body is next to them, but your mind is still somewhere else. They know when you are petting them while mentally replaying work. They know when your hand is present, but you are not. That is why simple companionship can be so powerful. Research has shown that calm human presence alone can help lower stress in dogs. Not performance, not stimulation, not entertainment. Presence. There is something almost heartbreaking in that. Your dog has probably spent long stretches of time wanting nothing more than to share space with you, while you were too busy to realize that was the whole gift they were asking for. So once a day, close the laptop. Put the phone down. Sit on the floor or the couch or wherever they already like to be. Say nothing if you want. Let the room go quiet. Sometimes your dog does not need more from you. They just need to feel that for one small moment, you are nowhere else. And maybe that is the deeper truth hiding underneath all 7 of these habits. Your dog does not measure love the way humans do. They do not count the money you spent. They do not compare brands. They do not care whether the walk looked impressive or the toy cost extra. They feel love in the moments when your attention becomes real, your warmth becomes clear, and your presence feels safe. In the way you look at them, in the way you say their name, in the way you return, in the way you let them explore, in the way you touch them with understanding, in the way you notice their effort, in the way you simply stay. To a dog, love is rarely loud. It is repeated, and once you truly see that, the ordinary parts of your day stop feeling ordinary. They become the relationship.